The room that wasn't there. Ellie and Mark had only been in the house for 3 days when they noticed the door. It was just off the upstairs hallway, directly across from their bedroom. Odd, considering the floor plan they'd studied obsessively for weeks had shown only 2 upstairs doors, the master and the guest room. But here it was, plain as day. White paint, brass knob, closed. Maybe it's a linen closet, Mark offered. Ellie shook her head. Not according to the blueprints. They tried the knob. Locked. Mark fetched a screwdriver and tried to jimmy it open, but the door wouldn't budge. No keyhole, no resistance, just refusal. Like the house itself didn't want it open. That night, the hallway light flickered until Mark unscrewed the bulb. Old wiring, he muttered, more to himself than to Ellie. They both had trouble sleeping. On the 7th night, the door was open. Not wide, just a sliver. Just enough for the light from the hallway to slip through and reveal darkness inside. Ellie gasped when she saw it and clutched Mark's arm. "I didn't open it," he whispered. They pushed it open together. The room was square, windowless. The air was cold, and the walls were bare concrete. There was no dust, no smell, no sound. Except for the chair, wooden, plain, positioned in the center, facing the far wall. "Is this some kind of prank?" Ellie asked, voice trembling. Mark stepped inside. "It's empty. Just a chair. No closets, no vents. How is there even a room here?" Ellie stayed in the doorway, refusing to step over the threshold. "Close it, please. Let's just call the realtor in the morning." Mark hesitated, then nodded. The door clicked shut. The next morning, the chair had moved. Only a little, maybe 3 inches closer to their bedroom door. Mark laughed it off. "We probably didn't notice where it was. We were tired." Ellie didn't laugh. "It moved, Mark." He didn't argue. On the 9th morning, the chair was in the hallway. It sat facing their bedroom, its back to the mysterious door, like it had emerged on its own in the night. Ellie locked the bedroom door that night. Mark wedged a chair under the knob for good measure. Neither of them slept. By the 11th day, Ellie insisted on leaving. She'd packed her bags and called her sister to stay the night elsewhere. Mark, skeptical but unnerved, agreed to follow after one more look at the room. "I want to see what's behind that wall. Maybe there's a passage or some kind of crawl space." He opened the door. The chair was gone. The room was darker than before, as if the shadows were thicker. Mark stepped inside, dragging a flashlight beam along the concrete wall. "It has to be a trick." The door slammed shut behind him. Ellie screamed and ran forward, but the knob wouldn't turn. She banged on the door, calling his name, sobbing. No answer. And then silence. They never found Mark. Police searched every inch of the house. There was no room behind the door, no hidden space, no chair. The hallway wall was smooth and unbroken, like there had never been a door at all. No one believed Ellie when she told them about the chair, about how the door was there, until it wasn't. They found no evidence of Mark ever being in the house. His clothes were gone, his toothbrush. Even his photos disappeared from her phone. They called it a psychotic break, grief and stress, a hallucination. Ellie stopped talking about it. A month later, in the middle of the night, she woke to a familiar creak in the hallway. She sat up slowly, dread creeping into her chest. There, across from her bedroom door, was a door that hadn't been there yesterday, and in front of it, the chair, facing her now. The next morning, the neighbors called the police. They'd heard screaming. The house was empty, no sign of Ellie, no furniture, no blood, only one thing stood in the hallway, a wooden chair, facing the bedroom, waiting.